Hello and welcome to the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Reuter, and this podcast is brought to you by thelegendarychiropractor.com, an interactive and immersive virtual platform for prospective chiropractic students, current chiropractic students, recent chiropractic school graduates, and even veteran doctors of chiropractic out in the field wanting just a little bit more from this profession. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode, and if you do, be sure to share with a friend, leave us a rate, leave us a review, and also be sure to subscribe to get more. Chiro HD, superior cloud-based practice management software. Chiro HD is a user-friendly, all-in-one EHR solution built with one mission: to help you run your practice like a boss. Learn more at chirohd.com. Total Clinic Solutions is your go-to source for purchasing both brand new and refurbished chiropractic equipment, as well as phone support for repairs and maintenance. Call Derek and allow him to combine your wishes and his 23 years of chiropractic equipment expertise to find what's best for you and your patients at 704-622-4089 or head to totalclinicsolutions.com now. Yo, what is going on, legendary chiropractors? Johnny Reuter here with another episode of the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast. I'm coming to you live. If you're in our free group, Chiropair and Legendary Chiropractor Community, you are seeing this live for the first time. If you're listening to this on audio podcast, you're probably getting it about probably 3 to 6 months later. We have so much backlog of content and things that we repurpose all of these podcast episodes that I do live in the free group later on audio podcasts so that everyone can listen to them no matter what platform you choose to be on. So I'm currently sipping my coffee this morning, and we are live talking today about who a prosperity plan is for. And we've talked the last few episodes about why it's important to create a prosperity plan, why it's important to call it a prosperity plan versus a business plan. And that comes from a very good virtual mentor of mine named Mike Michalowicz. He writes several books for entrepreneurs and things like that. But a couple things that you need to know. Two of my favorites are, number one is Profit First. Number two is going to be The Toilet Paper Entrepreneur. Absolutely incredible books, completely changed my life and my outlook on entrepreneurship, business, money, finances, and having everything in order. So those are my two recommendations. If you haven't read those yet, Mike Michalowicz writes them. So who is a prosperity plan for, and why are we calling it a prosperity plan? Remember, a prosperity plan is where we take your hopes, your dreams, your desires, and mix and mingle it with realism and put it down on paper so that you can use it to guide your future success, right? So when it comes to your future success, yes, a business plan is important. Yes, it's important to have all of the charts and graphics and things like that for school. Right? For school. But it does you no good unless you're walking into a bank, which I don't recommend. And if you understand, or you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you heard about 2 or 3 episodes ago, why I don't recommend just walking into a bank with a business plan. They're not in it for your best interest, right? I'd rather you find a family member, a friend, a mentor, somebody else to finance you prior to walking into a big bank. Or even a small bank for that regard. Now, I am not a financial advisor, so these are all my opinions, my thoughts, my experiences. But this is what I've found to be most successful up until this point in my life. So I want to share it with you so that you understand where I'm coming from and what I've learned since I graduated back in March of 2020. And so I'm no expert, right? I'm sharing my experience with you to make sure that you understand, hey, what is it really like after graduating chiropractic school? Because nobody is producing the content that we're producing, and nobody is out there talking about the things we're talking about, because everyone who's teaching you how to be a good chiropractor graduated 20 or 30 years ago. They didn't graduate last year. So it's like, I want you guys to see the real ins and outs of being a chiropractor from the point of in school throughout now where I am and how I've graduated. And now I've been out for a few months, right? So really, really important stuff, really powerful stuff. And really, really cool in the sense of when you get your business plan / prosperity plan down on paper, it promotes a way of thinking, a way of life, a blueprint, so to speak, for you to take into the future of your chiropractic journey. So this is why I highly encourage, as a chiropractic student, you need to be creating this prosperity plan while in school. Write in pencil, write in pen. You're able to throw things away, start over. It's all good. Your life changes, things change, but at least write down your thoughts, ideas, emotions right now in this current time and space that you have. And when you have an abundance of time. Easily share your passion for chiropractic and look good doing it with Above Down Apparel, offering a premium lineup of principled apparel that's impossibly soft, sustainably sourced, and chiropractic AF. Visit abovedown.co and follow them on Instagram to learn more and score yourself some sweet chiro swag. Graduate, you're going to be hustling to either start your own practice or work your butt off to find a job and do your very best at that job. So it's really, really lucrative, really important to understand that kind of stuff and to take that into a deeper context. Who this prosperity plan is for, number one, it's for you. Right? It's for you to write down your hopes, dreams, and desires, mix it with realism, and give yourself some realistic expectations, but also give yourself some over the moon expectations of, holy cow, if all of these stars align, this is where I'll be a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, so on and so forth. Right? That's what I want for you. The second thing that a prosperity plan is for is not only for you, but for your mentors, your guides, the people that are invested in your life, for your family, right? Make sure that you have a good game plan coming out of chiropractic school. My game plan was always to associate. I knew that I wanted to associate because I knew I wanted to learn how to run a successful and sustainable business prior to opening it up myself, because I would cut through and shortcut literally 5 to 10 years of my life and struggle before going out on my own and spending all of that money learning the systems, learning the procedures, learning the failures, learning the dips, the peaks, the valleys. And now instead of that, I'm able to just cut right through that and cut the corners. And there's no shortcut to success. I'm putting in the work. I'm putting in 18 months at my associateship to make sure that I'm learning the business, understanding the business, and then I'm able to go out and start my own practice, my own thing, and really, really blow it up. I think that's really important. That's why I'm such a huge advocate of associating. But know what you want to do, and also give yourself, your family, your friends, your loved ones, right, that kind of confidence, and you can do that with a prosperity plan. It's not like you have to walk in front of them and be like, hey, here's my prosperity plan. No, it's literally just saying, hey, no, I have all of these thoughts, ideas, and theories down on paper, but I also am smart enough to mix it with realism and expectations, because at the end of the day, you don't know what the real world is like until you get into the real world and until you graduate. So with that being said, you're not really going to have much of experience prior to coming out of chiropractic school. So your hopes and dreams and desires might be a lot more far-fetched than you think until you get out of chiropractic school. But that's when you change things. That's when you modify things. And that's what life is all about. It's about modifying your life as you evolve as a human being here on planet Earth. That's what this whole entire experience is about. And you being able to be the best person you can be while continually leveling up in life, no matter professionally or personally. That's what this is all about. Now, the other thing that I want to mention is, who else is the prosperity plan for? Well, the prosperity plan can be for financing, for a bank, for a mentor, for a family member, for a loved one, to give you money to start your own practice after you're done associating, or to give you finances coming right out of chiropractic school. If someone were to hand me a prosperity plan that was really thought out, that was really detailed, I'd look at them and be like, holy smokes, right? Of course I want to support you. Of course I want to support you. Let's do this, right? I know that you are going to be 10 times more successful than your peers and colleagues because you did this, not them. And that's super important. That's why I highly encourage this stuff. And I don't just teach this stuff, right? I don't just give you my experiences and my opinions for no reason. These are things that I followed. These are steps and procedures that I followed, that I've come up with by myself. I've read books about it. I've listened to podcasts about it. I've talked to mentors about it, right? It's a hodgepodge of just different learning experiences, and everyone's experience in chiropractic journey is a little bit different, right? And that's okay. That's totally fine. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success, and you're setting your family and your friends and your loved ones up for success as well. Because when you succeed, everyone around you succeeds. Because we all know that the transfer of energy, and I'm going to get a little deep on you, but we all know that the transfer of energy comes from within you, right? So if you're in a bad mood, it's not because of something someone else did to you. It's because you are in a bad mood, right? And so if you're taking that out on others, it's just a direct reflection of how you're feeling and who you are and what's going on inside. No matter if it's chemical, emotional, mental, physical toxicity or some sort of dysfunction going on in the body, that energy is transferred amongst your peers, your colleagues, your classmates, your family, your friends, your loved ones, right? It's transferable. And that's really important to understand, because if you're organized, if you can keep yourself organized with a prosperity plan, with schedules, with time management, with priorities, right? Throughout chiropractic school, man, that is going to light you up for success down the road. Coming out of chiropractic school, graduation, finding a job, starting your own business, bringing people into a business if you're associating, doing all sorts of different things. That's going to drive the most success into your life, is organization, time management, and priorities, right? Make sure your priorities are set, but they can be set. All of those things can be taken care of with a proper prosperity plan. And if you're willing to put in the time, the effort, and read the books that I've given you to read, you can blow your life out of the water in the best and most positive of ways. You got to make this happen. You absolutely have to make this happen. With that being said, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I know at the end of the last episode, I asked you for reviews. I asked you for podcast reviews, 5-star reviews, and or dropping a comment and saying, what you're learning, what you're liking, and then giving those 5 stars as well. I've gotten a couple negative feedbacks just based on sponsors, but the sponsors make this show happen, right? I'm gonna always defend them, and they're the reason we're able to produce this show once a week for you guys and make sure we're able to put it out so that you don't have to worry at the end of the day, if you're gonna receive good content from the Legendary Chiropractor and our community that we have going here, right? And it's not about me being a legendary chiropractor. It's not about you being a legendary chiropractor. It's about us creating a community and camaraderie that makes all of us legendary chiropractors at the end of the day. And I'm here to take care of the youth of this profession. I'm here to take care of the students, the recent grads, the prospective students. Dr. Stu Hoffman, founder and president of Chiropractic Malpractice Insurance, is the foremost expert in both risk management and risk avoidance. Understanding the everyday challenges of today's practicing chiropractor and the current public perception of chiropractic has made Chiropractic the fastest growing malpractice insurance program of the last 28 years. Find out more at chiropractic.com. Imaging Services' primary business is chiropractic solutions. With over 45 years in the industry of helping chiropractors, Michael Tokash offers free consultations on building your business. In the past year, Imaging Services has installed over 100 X-ray machines and digital X-ray systems in over 42 states across the United States. For more, head to theimagingservices.com. Dr. Brad Glowacki runs one of the highest volume, highest profile, highest profitability practices in the world, and it's all run with vitalistic communication procedures. Those procedures from his office are then shared with other chiropractors at his various trainings as a part of Level Up mentoring. This information is created, developed, tested, and then packaged simplistically before being taught. With bruises and scars from making mistakes, Dr. Glow always delivers refined content that is battle-tested and simplified for use on Monday. To level up your life and practice, head over to levelupmentoring.rocks. That's levelupmentoring.rocks. And I'm even here to take care of the experience, docs. If you're wanting to learn something new or get fresh in on what's going on in the schools these days. Even I know docs 5-10 years out of chiropractic school that have no idea what chiropractic school is even like anymore. And it's like, oh my gosh, you have no idea what you're talking about. You just know your own experience, your own corner of the world. And that's not what I want for you guys. I want you to take my personal experiences, my opinions, and ball them up, right? Make sure that you're understanding, what applies to you, what's applicable to you, what's not, right? What's not applicable to you is really important as well, right? If you're listening to a comment and you're like, I don't really like that. That's fine, right? That's totally fine. But I'm gonna force things upon you just because it worked for me. And I want to project that to you, and I want to transfer that energy to you. If it's not for you, it's not for you. That's not nor here nor there. But I want you to be as successful as possible. And if a couple golden nuggets get picked up during these live podcast episodes, man, we are way better off than your peers and colleagues. That's for sure. As always, leave a rate, leave a review, please. Make them positive. Tell people what you're learning about, and also.